This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Average Savage podcast. Our special guest today is Cappie Pondexter. Cappie, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
I forgot to mention WNBA legend. So go back in time and tell me how you got involved in basketball as a little kid.
Well, it came to me early. I was 10 years old when I really started playing. And I played small fry, which is a small little league around the world where the rim is like 8 feet tall and, you can't be over 5'1". So It was a very special league. And I was a center on an all-boys team, and I just started playing. I was really good. I was just talented naturally, so I just started playing.
Gotcha. Growing up, did you play any other sports?
I ran cross-country a little bit to stay in shape during my high school days, which was pretty cool. Physically, that's a tough sport to play.
Yeah, for sure. Was there anyone that you looked up to in the NBA or the WNBA? I don't even know if it was in existence at the time that you modeled your game after.
I looked up to Michael Jordan, honestly, because he was the key to the city of Chicago. No matter if you were involved in, gangs or if you were involved in sports, Michael Jordan was the hero. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
And as a kid, it wasn't a lot of female basketball players that were well known at the time.
Yeah.
You had Cheryl Swoops and Don Staley and Lisa Leslie. But that didn't come for me until later when I started figuring out basketball. My brother would watch Michael Jordan, so he was the person that I modeled my.
Were you still living in Chicago when he was playing? Yeah,
I still was living in Chicago. He grew up. He raised me in the 90s. When it comes to culture, sports in Chicago, everything is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That's why you look at Don C. and Virgil and Kanye West. If any sneaker that they wear, it'll be a Jordan 1. It's because he was all about the culture, and he helped cure a city that really needed it.
Yeah, for sure. And coming out of high school, what was your recruiting process like?
It was constant. My first letter was USA Basketball. That was my very first letter from my high school coach, Dorothy Gators. She literally told me, "Well, you're going to play USA Basketball." I said, "Okay, cool." I trusted her because she's the winningest coach in Chicago history, male or female.
Yeah.
She's won more state titles than a lot of males. So, her legacy alone, I just trusted her, and she led me into the right places. And I was recruited by every school in the whole entire country. So I could have went to any school, but I chose Rutgers University over UConn. And, my career kind of took off from there.
What made you pick Rutgers over UConn?
Coach Stringer, man, she's an angel. You got to think about it. During the time when her and Pat Summitt would battle it out, it was during Title IX.
Yeah.
And she was the only African-American that was doing it for athletes during their time period of Title IX.
Yeah.
And she is a very special part of our history. And I just thought it would be a great opportunity to learn from her.
Yeah. What was your overall experience like at Rutgers?
It was amazing. The school is one of a kind. There is not one university that I could say that could top Rutgers. Rutgers is an impeccable academic system. The athletic department is not the best, but we win, and we teach our athletes, that it's not just about basketball. And I think that's the most important message. And you can grow up on a fantastic campus where you need a car or you use the bus system to get around the university. And I think that is an integral part of a young adult growing up.
Yeah, do you still go back there?
Yeah, my jersey was retired.
Yeah.
The second player on the female side to have my jersey retired. So it's a pretty big accomplishment in a very prestigious university. And to be African-American and accomplishing this thing at a predominantly Asian school, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. And then after Rutgers, like, actually during Rutgers, what was the point where it was like your aha moment that you could go to the WNBA?
I kind of felt it happening.
Yeah.
I would say my aha moment was when I got kicked out of school for plagiarism. That was a very hard part for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I never talked about this story. You know, people speculated, but it was my truth. It was something I had to live with, you know, because there was a swimmer who had just got expelled from the whole entire university, but they saved me. They gave me an opportunity to come back, and I think I proved them right by doing the necessary work I had to graduate on time and well as represent them as an athlete. So I was able to come back to school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that was my aha moment. Like, and that's why I decided to stay my last year that I got back from being a Prop 48 student.
Gotcha. What did you study at Rutgers?
African American study and sociology.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's like one unique thing about the WNBA, that most of the women have their degrees.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because it's the rule, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if the rule is to change, which I think it should, to give some attraction to the WNBA. You know what I mean? Think about it. If a high school player can come to the WNBA early with the salary that was just given, I think it's fantastic. It's great. And I think there's some players out there that can accomplish that.
Yeah, they could come out after junior year or no?
You can come out when you're 21 or you played a year over in Europe.
Gotcha. And then going into the WNBA draft in 2006, what was the whole draft experience like?
Wow, I remember it. It was in Boston. It was amazing. Boston is one of my favorite cities in the whole entire universe, so it was magical to me. And to have my parents, my pastor, my godparents around, it was an amazing feeling. My brother, it was really, really cool. And I just remember a lot of snow and me flying out. That's all I remember. And I flew out to Phoenix the night I got drafted. So they welcomed me to the city, and it was amazing. And I fell in love with Phoenix the first night that I got there. Although I was a little tired from the time change, it was a whirlwind that I'll never forget, for sure.
Yeah, did you know you were going number 2? Like, did you know Phoenix was going to pick you?
It was either 1 or 2.
Yeah, okay.
It was 1 or 2. It was a question between me and Simone. Yeah. Simone was actually in her right year. I stayed an extra year. So technically, it was Simone's year. If I would have came out the year before, I would have went number 1.
Yeah, for sure. And
yeah, so it was cool. You know what I mean? Like, to even be in the top race, it was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, nothing wrong with going overall number 2. That's for sure. And I know, actually in your second year, you won the WNBA title. So what was that like to do it so early in your career?
Well, it was cool. I did it with one of the best players to ever play the game alongside of me, Diana Taurasi. Like, if you think about the best combo in the league, I'm going Cappie and Diana. All right. And people can say I'm biased or whatever. I'm just saying we were the best combo duo in the league in history as of right now. We brought like this electricity, this dynamic duo, like partnership. It was the coolest experience ever because I came out of college and she was a rock star. You thinking about LeBron James, you thinking about Kobe Bryant, she had the status. So it was like, wow, I'm going around with Diana Taurasi. It was the coolest thing ever. And she embraced me. She didn't treat me like a rookie. She treated me like, all right, this is my partner in crime. Like, and that's how we did it on the court. And we were able to win our first championship. Yeah,
then you guys won a second one, 2009, right, together?
Yeah, we would have won a few more if I would have stayed, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you pretty much done everything in women's basketball. You won overseas too. You got the Olympic gold medal too.
Yeah, I did. I accomplished a lot. I'm just a winner, man. When you think about it, at the end of the day, all I cared about, no matter what team I played on or no matter the situation, I always just wanted to win. Like, that was my heart. That's what my heart told me to, give to the game, and that's what I did. I just gave my heart. I gave my all. I gave my everything. I really love the game of basketball.
Yeah. And what was it like playing overseas for like your first time, and then but just doing that almost you're playing basketball basically all year round?
I remember me and my cousin Jeff went to Istanbul, Turkey for the very first time, and we went grocery shopping around the corner from the house. And we didn't know what we were getting. We were just like, all right, well, it looks like something. Cool. We didn't speak the language, so we couldn't read any of the labeling, the packaging, any of that. So we just grabbing things that look like Americanized. And luckily, it was at a point where it was transitioning to be Americanized in the country. Yeah. So you could read things a little easier, and everything kind of looked as similar as America. So it was like really, really cool. Just getting to know the culture, but understanding the language and just the people in general. It was a cool experience. I enjoyed being overseas, honestly, because of the culture.
Yeah, definitely.
I like to travel a lot.
Yeah.
It was beautiful for me.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, yeah, in that aspect, I think it's cool. Like, you guys get to see the world, stuff like that. I can't even imagine. Like, I haven't even really been out of the country, to be honest. So I can't even imagine like looking at stuff. I'm actually supposed to be going to Canada soon, and I called up the hotel and they started speaking in French, and I was like, how are you? And I was like, all right. And then they started talking English. Yeah, it's crazy.
Surprising.
And then what about like the overseas game? Is it a lot different than the American game?
Absolutely. It's more intense. Like, I remember being thrown like hot quarters on the court. I remember like M80s being thrown on the court. I got spit on before in my face.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. The fans were intense. Like, it was like, you know how like games were here in America? That's how it was for the teams. Like, if you represent a color, that was like life and death. Like, it was like that intense.
Oh yeah.
But it was fun, you know what I mean? Because they support their teams.
Yeah, were any of the teams you played for overseas, were they owned by like the soccer teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I played for Fenerbahce. Yeah. I played for Beşiktaş, and they were owned by 2 soccer clubs.
Yeah, so those teams must have been wild, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was cool to see. I just enjoy like the fans or whatever, how the fans get together and pregame, and then like go and root for the team, and it's just like, you think an NBA game is sold out? Wait till you go to a European like soccer game. Yeah, that's sold out.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you played in WNBA for a long time. What do you think? Did you see like a lot of growth from your rookie year to your last year?
Oh yeah, the game it slowed down for me. It became easier because I became a mentor towards the end of my career, and I was still getting buckets, but I became a mentor. I played for Indiana. When I got there, the team was 1-17. Yeah. So we ended up finishing season 6-21 or something like that. 6-something. It was a great turnaround. Yeah. And I think the young ladies learned a valuable lesson, and they worked hard the next season. So they were a young team. I was the oldest person there, so it was cool. It was cool to end my career the way that I did. Yeah,
and then let me read off some more accolades since you have like too many, but you're a 7-time All-Star. You're the 3-time first team. You're the MVP of the finals in 2007. All defensive team, all rookie team, top 15 player. So what does all that mean to you?
It's a blessing because I know that I couldn't do it without God. Like all the pressures that come with being a player like that, I didn't understand at the time, but now that I've been retired and reflecting, I've been able to understand like everything that I've been through. Yeah. Because it happens so quickly that you don't even realized that, like what's happening. And so now that it's really slowed down for me, I feel blessed and honored, and I don't take any of it for granted.
Yeah, and I know, you guys don't really have time to reflect too, because you're always playing basketball like all season, all year round.
Yeah.
I mean, all year round. You know what I'm saying? And what do you think about the new CBA that just came out the other day?
It's interesting. I'm still waiting on feedback from the players to really see what they think. I think that's the most important thing. They had the leadership from the president, Taneka Bumake, being the president of the Players Union. Yeah, we're just trying to see where it heads. I think change has happened, which is important for women in general and children in general. So I'm excited to see where we go in the next 8 years.
So do you have any considerations of coming out of retirement?
No. Maybe the big three. I'll probably try out for that just for some laughs.
All right. Yeah, actually I saw that yesterday too. A lot of basketball news. What advice would you give to young male or female athlete like trying to get a D1 scholarship or trying to go pro?
You got to focus on the schoolwork first. Honestly, you really do. You got to focus on the schoolwork, and then at the same time, you got to focus on your craft just as much. Like the amount of time that you put in basketball, if you put some time into your academics, you can become something really, really great for when basketball is finished. You don't think about the end part. You just think about right now and the possibility of you doing this, but then think about when that's over, when the ball stops bouncing, what's next? You got to go back to what's most important, and that's the academic part of it.
Yeah, definitely. What are you up to now that you're retired?
Oh, man, I got my hands in so much. Obviously, I love music. I'm looking to do something in music. I think the second thing is me giving back to the homeless. I'm doing a couple projects where I'm giving back into the community of L.A. when it comes to homelessness. I think it's a huge topic that needs to be covered, not just here in L.A., but all across the globe. It's a shame, honestly, to see it. And I think if we give a little more helping hand, I think we can help them get them off the street. And for me, that's the most important thing, and that's why I do it. I'm also involved in preventing gun violence. I think my experience with my family and losing a few close members, has pushed me to start my own company, Love Is Too. And I'm focusing on help bettering the community and people that are traumatized from the loss. Because I think to lose somebody in your family from senseless gun violence is a very hard thing. So I'm focused on those things, just giving back to the community. Obviously, the kids are number one for me. Anything that I can help, I still do a lot of close projects with Nike when it comes to community. I've been with them since I was like 15, so a company like that is very important to me, especially now that I'm retired, that I've continued the relationship and the partnership with them. So I do a lot of projects with them in the community for the young kids, especially in the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
And that's really it. That's what I'm doing. I'm just giving back. I think that's my purpose in life, is to give back. I enjoy giving back, and that's what I do.
Gotcha. I gotta ask you, so how did you get with Nike? Was there any bidding war with another company?
I have no idea if they are. Tell them, come talk to me.
No, I mean when you first started your career.
Oh, when I first started my career.
Yeah.
You go through the circuits, and my high school, I was blessed to be able to wear Nike on the uniform and warm up in the shoes. USA Basketball was Nike at one point. It just happens. It's like that in basketball. I was signed as a Nike athlete for all my career.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's a blessing. You know what I mean? Those are blessings that come with the whole price of being a basketball player, a professional basketball player. It's like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People think that it's easy, or they see one thing. It's not about that. It's the hard work that you put in, and I put a lot of hard work in.
Yeah. And what about what was your like workout routine like basketball wise, and like did you lift weights and stuff like that too?
I played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
I did a lot of strength training. You know, exercising your own muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like weights. You know, I would do a lot of strengthening exercises, a lot of stretching, a lot of therapy, things like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't see.
I took care of my body. I spent a lot of money on my body.
Yeah.
I did. I had to. I was playing
sure.
all year round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's what people don't see at all, like with athletes in general.
Yeah. Massages, you know, you had to get them twice a week. That cost. There's a lot of things that people don't realize that goes into it. It's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, you ready for some fun questions? We're going to go from average to savage.
Okay. And what do I do with average and savage?
No, I mean, like, that's what I just named it. So, like, it's usually, like, some fun questions. So, and then it just makes you, like, the last one will make you think more. So my first question is, what's your favorite shoe of all time? Sneaker.
The Jordan 1.
Any specific color wave?
I specifically like the black and white colorways. Whatever it is, whatever design or whatever shoe it is, I like black and white with the Jordan 1. It's so spicy and cute.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it on like Twitter when they were coming out with like the All Drip Awards, and then like people were still commenting like your name, even though you were retired.
Dang, that's special.
Yeah.
I appreciate them.
Yeah. Is there any story behind your parents picking your name, Cappie?
My dad named me after his sister.
All right. Is that known, or is that like breaking?
Last name. Huh?
Gotcha. Is that like known? Do a lot of people?
Is it known?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I guess they know now.
All right. Yeah, that's what do you think your career would have been if you didn't play basketball?
Fashion. And a teacher, for sure.
Okay.
I would have did like community projects, helping the kids out. I love kids so much.
Do you do any like basketball camps?
No, I don't. I do them here and there, whenever I feel like it. But majority of the time, it's just doing events and stuff. I do a lot of events.
Yeah.
And the events, a lot of times, are with kids.
Gotcha. Last one. Who would you want to exchange your jersey with? Like any basketball player.
Michael Jordan.
I knew you were going to say
Michael Jordan.
What about a women's player?
I'm still going with Cheryl Swoops.
All right, yeah, you're just going with the classics.
I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it all started.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you coming on. And can you let the people know where they can follow you at?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Cappa, CAPPA23. And as well on LinkedIn, you can follow me at Cappie Pondexter. All right. I look forward to connecting with you guys in 2020. I wish that you have a very prosperous year of abundance, love, and peace.